Good afternoon, Dominica. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all of you. 4:07 in the afternoon. We're saying good afternoon to everybody and welcome once again to another edition of Nature Isle Small Business Buzz. So, of course, as you all know, this is the show where we dive into the ideas, right? Strategies, and of course, innovations shaping the future of business on our beloved island, right? Today is the 9th of December. It's actually a special day. So actually, this week we're supposed to kick off our birthday week, right? And of course, we expected Franklin to be here, but of course, Franklin, the legend himself, needed some days off because he has been really working very hard, and so of course, these rest days are of course well deserved. So we miss him today, right? He's supposed to be here for our birthday week edition or celebration because today today is what is today, Sean? We have to welcome DJ Sean in the building, and of course we also have to welcome we have Ozone Media, but today is quite special because who's celebrating birthday today?
Well, I believe it's a birthday of course, your host, Mr. Donald Picasso.
Yeah.
Did I get that right?
Yes, definitely.
Right.
Yes, yes, yes.
Celebrate life, celebrate life.
And of course, I give thanks for another year, right?
One more year on earth. One vibe. Give thanks for life. Next year we do it again. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, definitely. And thank you so much for all the best, the well wishers, right? Those who have already sent the messages. Thank you very much. And as our guest, actually observed very rightfully earlier, this is quite historic because it's my first time celebrating my birthday on the radio, on air. And of course, this coming Saturday, right, December 13, is Franklin's birthday, right? That is why last week we said we're gonna have a birthday week celebration, right? But we're still gonna do this, right? On behalf, of course, of Franklin Moses, we're still gonna do our birthday week celebration. Of course, we are still right. We are still uh, in December, right? And as a tradition, of course, we are counting down the days before Christmas. And it's actually How many days to go, DJ Sean?
15 more days.
15 more days to go. Yes. So 15 more days to go before the big day, right? That's Christmas Day, right? A lot of people are actually waiting for that day. Have you guys bought your gifts already?
Definitely. I got an early Christmas gift.
All right.
I got an
That's
early Christmas gift.
uh-huh. That's very good. All right. But of course today, Sean, and of course we also have to big up Ozone Media also in the house, right? Today we have a very special guest, right? So we said last week that starting this week we're gonna have the birthday week celebration. So I thought let me bring the big guns, right? So so we have one of them here today, right? To of course share with us a lot of learnings, insights, tips, because our focus is still, of course, the small businesses out there, the small business owners, right? I know we said we're gonna like celebrate our birthdays, this week, mine and of course FM's, right? The legend himself, right? But of course, our focus is still on our small business owners, right? And since we're still doing our birthday week, right? Oh, before I do that, let me first introduce, of course, our guest, right, Sean? Okay, so today, right, folks, right, all of you listening out there on Q95, and those who are tuned in, of course, on Facebook and YouTube, uh, the social media pages, of course, of Q95, right? We have a very special guest today, right? She is a certified business outsource processing specialist, right? And she is also a certified well after sought project manager, right? And so many other
Dot dot
dot
dots.
dot dot. Yeah. And of course, well, officially she is the CEO of Outsource Development, right? So we have here in the studio, of course, Natasha Giloy
Well,
Labad.
well done, well done, well done. Thank you so much, Donnie, for introducing me. Saying good afternoon at 4:15 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time to the beautiful citizens of the Commonwealth of Dominica. Saying hi to Radio Land, and of course those of you connecting with us via Facebook, and of course happy birthday to Mr. Bercasio and Franklin. I'm sure you probably, if you're not listening now, you're
Mhm.
probably going to come back and listen. What happened to the birthday edition? So this is me saying happy birthday in advance to you. December tends to be a month of lots of favorite people birthdays.
Definitely.
So happy birthday to the December borns.
Yes. All right. Yes. So once again, happy birthday. Actually, I realized that there are a number of us like celebrating today,
December.
December 9th. So I'm wondering, are these because I actually I actually made the counts, right?
Yeah.
Are these like carnival babies?
Something like that.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Yeah, so I of course want to greet them as well. A number of people I know personally, right? So maybe a little later we'll try to mention some of them,
Some of
right?
those,
Right.
yeah.
Of course, I just want to first mention, of course, our power rep over at Rosa's Out, Shikara. She's also celebrating her birthday today,
Yes.
right? And another friend of mine, Tyrone George. We worked together at Astafans, but he is now working at, I believe, DDA. right? And yeah, a number of people whom I know, you know.
People of excitement and excellence and goodness, yes, in December. So happy
Definitely.
birthday to them all.
Yes, yes. So, what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna just have a quick break, right? And after that, we're gonna go and dive into the conversation, okay, with of course Natasha, and we're gonna talk about a lot of things because you are in so many spaces, you are in so many arenas. I don't even know where to start, right? But I guess we'll be able to figure that out. So when we come back, we're gonna uh, you know immediately proceed to that discussion.
Q95 Radio is opened for your business in collaboration with the National Development Foundation of Dominica. Get ready to join Q95 Radio and NDFD for Nature Island Small Business Buzz, a live radio program bringing in empowerment to small business ideas and entrepreneurs across Dominica every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m., offering a unique national platform for small, medium, and growing business enterprises in Dominica. Together, we'll aspire to connect, advertise, learn, collaborate, and witness small business entrepreneurs thrive and succeed in the fertile broadcasting soil of Q95 along with the NDFD. Join us on our journey every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 4 to 5 p.m. One unbroken, exciting hour of free Q95 radio small business promotion as together we explore all the challenges, the setbacks, the setups, the comebacks, stories, the history, the startups, the breakthroughs, the financing, the sweat, the toil, the sleepless nights, the heartbreaks, the triumphs, the business plan, the overall success in pursuing your small business dream come true in the Commonwealth of Dominica. Join veteran broadcaster Franklin Peter Moses and Mr. Donald Bacasio, highly skilled, qualified, sought after business and entrepreneurial manager, small business development expert, and strategic business coach. Together, we're taking you and your small business to the pinnacle of success in the Dominican economic landscape. So don't miss Nature Island Small Business Buzz every Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on Q95 Radio, the big station.
Foundation of Dominica introduces its Small Business Advisory Services. Get the help and support you need to run your business effectively. Come see us on 9 Great Marlborough Street, Roseau. Let us assist with having your company registered, developing marketing and business plans, record keeping, and the need-to-knows and provisions for Social Security, income tax, and VAT. You won't be left in the dark anymore. Let us hand over your key to unlock doors for success. NBFD Small Business Advisory Services now available. Call for 483240 for 488631.
Yes, come in.
All right. We are back. Of course, this is still the Nature Isle Small Business Boss. It's a 4:19 already in the afternoon. We are back with Natasha. Natasha, um, in a nutshell, can you tell us? Can you remind our listeners and viewers out there what do you really do aside from? Well, I already mentioned a number of them, but in general, how would you like to be described?
Okay, so my preference when persons introduce me is to be described as someone who makes business better. As you mentioned, for those of you who are listening or just joining in, I am the CEO of Outsource Development, and my office is not too far actually away from here. I'm at number 2 Old Street, and it's a small consulting office, and we specialize in business process outsourcing. So that means any legal, emphasis on legal,
Mhm.
process that a client would like to, outsource is your partner of choice. Our passion and areas of specialization includes corporate training. So we do a lot of corporate training solutions, whether it's HR training, customer service training, supervisory level training. That is a passion that we have. We also do a lot of development projects. So that's why sometimes persons get the sense of, wow, you're in a lot of things. We see you in a lot of spaces. And that's because our development projects mean that one day I could be helping clients chase whales and try to tag sperm whales, or we could be helping someone develop a distillery in Rosalie Bay or Rosalie. I'm thinking of a specific client. Or we can simply be doing a tourism training, capacity development training. So we do quite a few things. And our passion really is for making business better. There are persons who, from time to time, want to, find someone who can help them make a process seamless or want to add value in some way, and they may not have that capacity within their organization, or they just need to do it really quickly. Then we are the project management people that you would come to. And I would add dot, 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 again, emphasizing that any legal process that you can think of that you would like to outsource to someone, once we are, we have the capacity in.
So give us an example of a process that they can outsource to you guys.
So an example of a process would be an organization maybe want to do some kind of change management, and they want someone to come in and help them to, whether it's implementing software or there are some changes or processes that they want to introduce, and they want someone to strategically develop a plan for implementing that and getting their team acquainted with what that process would mean for their day-to-day interactions, and perhaps maybe helping with the marketing and the PR and prepping to talk to the clients about how this will impact, the way that they do business. This is an example of a change management process. And an example of a project, maybe someone wants to overhaul their recruitment process. They probably want to outsource their recruitment process. Or the clients may not have a physical office in Dominica, and they are looking for someone who can deal with payroll, who can deal with hiring, who can deal with putting together the contracts. That would be a job for outsource. So again, any legal process that you have, if you want to do marketing, and you need someone to maybe do the research related to you launching a new product, and you want outsource to do the pavement work and go door to door and design the questionnaires or surveys and have those surveys, instruments implemented, then we would be a partner of choice.
Can you rationalize outsourcing, right? Why would a business outsource something which probably they can choose to do, like internally?
So the first thing that comes to mind would be the capacity. So, for example, many of our clients could be technical experts. So, for example, you might have someone who is a construction, let's say they're into constructing or they're into plumbing, and their capacities and their skill sets are concentrated around that, technical, vocation. And so they may not be as strong at HR. They might not be as strong at people management, or they might not be as strong with data, engineering. And so they might call on outsource to help with, their HR policies, developing their HR policies, their governance structures. They might want us to actually draft their contracts. They might want us to actually help them with recruitment, or when they have to do like performance appraisals, or maybe the difficult job of having to fire someone or discipline someone. So usually capacity is the first reason the company or organization may feel they do not have someone either with the requisite skill sets, or they may not have the time resource. So sometimes they can do it themselves, but they want it now.
Definitely. So why wait, and why wait to build up that capacity when there are people like you out there who can help them with that, right? And facilitate the process, and but Natasha, you have, of course, you are someone who is out there on the ground, in the trenches, so to speak. How would you assess the small business community or the small business sector this year, 2025?
Wow. So, from where I'm sitting, I can speak from my sector. 2025 was a difficult year for me. for my business because at the start of 2025, because of the nature of what I do as a consultant working with international agencies, sometimes these agencies can have a shift in their they can have a shift in leadership, they can have a shift in policy focus. And so for me, I had two major clients who were impacted by decisions that I couldn't control. So
Okay.
that was funding that sort of just went away at the stroke of an executive pen.
Wow.
There was an executive order that impacted one of my major clients, and that client was USAID. And at the time, we were working on DEI projects, so diversity, equality, and integration projects across the Eastern Caribbean. And I was the lead private sector advisor for USAID at that time. So unfortunately, like I said,
Something happened.
something
Or
happened.
someone-
An executive, my uncle.
Someone happened.
Yes.
I think a lot of people know what or who.
Yes. I refer to
You
him
are
as
talking
I
about.
refer to him as my uncle because honestly he really motivates me to think outside of the box and makes me realize that, you know, my small business existence is all about hustling and innovating and constantly having to remake yourself. So for me, 2025 started rough because trust me, I have this thing I say I finish strong and I start strong. So at the end of 2024, I like what I do at the end of every year. I go out with a bang. I have a campaign that I have already launched going out of that year. And so when you've budgeted and then, you know, that is impacted, that kind of through you. So for
Definitely.
me, 2025 started with a lot of like shock.
Yes. But then you were able to rebound
Yes,
and
because
reinvent,
I mean, when I got the news, I had just gone to Grenada to implement some training, and I came back on a Friday night late, and then they were asking me to come to a meeting on Saturday, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Like, can they do it on Monday? And I realized they never asked for this. So from Friday, I got the news on Saturday. By Sunday, girlfriend had a whole plan. And Monday, I was like, team, let's go. So yeah. So it was a rough start. But
and it's not even unique to you. I think a lot of our small business owners somehow experienced something like that this year. So how did you like approach that like mentally?
I really had to shift my first for the first thing, I had to shift my thinking because when I looked at the dollars and cents, it was a lot of money that like got pulled out of my budget. So I had to multiply that by 12, and like it really like. So what I did when I printed the cancellation notice that was sent to me, and I tore that cancellation notice, and I said nobody can cancel you before you can cancel me. I cancel you. I cancel your cancellation over me. And then so that was like a symbolic me canceling that rejection. So that was the first thing that I did, like physical thing that I did. And then I tried to figure out how was I going to create opportunities. And I basically started from the bottom up. I utilized the budget that had just been pulled away from me and developed campaigns that would be related to corporate training and different development initiatives and turned it around.
So eventually you instantly you pivot.
I pivot. I didn't have a
because
choice.
the show must go on.
The show has to go on.
Yes, definitely. And knowing you, Natasha, I know the show will go on.
Yeah, the show.
Definitely. But Natasha, what about from your experience, right? Working with Dominican businesses, right? What is that single most common operational weakness, okay, that you encountered, and why do you think that thing persists here in Dominica?
I think for me, even as I consult and support people, and even from a personal perspective, I mean, I still get challenged with it from a personal perspective. So I'm talking to myself as I answer this question. It's record keeping.
Mm.
It is creating a history. For me, when I share my consultant biography, one of the things that gets captured in your consultant biography is your accolades and your achievements and your accomplishments.
Mhm.
And people come face to face with the validity and the credibility of who you are and what you've done and the results that you have accomplished. I think a lot of times we don't realize that record keeping is like doing that.
Mhm.
So we, like me, I like to do fun things.
Mhm.
Like accounting is not something that I
That is
like
true.
to do, but
That is
I'm
true.
forced to do it because I need to keep an eye on my money.
Mhm.
And I think that is the biggest thing that we are challenged with. A lot of grant opportunities are lost because you couldn't have your financials, audited because of the cost related to
Mm.
that, or because you didn't create a voucher system. Nobody told you. You probably didn't go on YouTube. You haven't invested in software. Like there's a lot of things that's related to bookkeeping and data capturing, and it doesn't just have to be only about the accounting. It can also be about some of the lessons that you've learned, like like always make sure you have a service agreement before you start. Like there's so many clients that say, okay, yeah, it's a go, and then you start working and then they come back and say, oh, Natasha, there's a change of direction. But if you have a service level agreement, you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to send you a bill for the work that I've already done. But if you don't have that, like, so I would say data capture and just creating that story of how you are progressing in your business is a challenge.
And we still have, of course, Natasha Yiloy Labad, right, of outsource development. Of course, their CEO is in the building, right? But for now, let me just, of course, Natasha, acknowledge some of our commenters on our social media pages. Of course, we have a number of people greeting. Um, we have a number of people greeting, of course,
And happy
Franklin.
birthday.
Yes, happy birthday to you. And of course, someone, of course, saying happy birthday to me too. So that's nice. We have, of course, our regular Mr. Lewis Erickson Lewis, and he is one of our directors
Yeah.
over at NDFD.
Oh, so he's listening.
He is. So that's why I have to be always on
Be on your
point.
cue. You have to be on cue.
Definitely. All right. So we're going to have another short break. And after that, we're going to move to probably another topic that I really want you to, educate us more, so to speak. And that is customer service. Right. So when we come back, please stay with us. This is still the Nature Isle Small Business Buzz.
Yes, come in. Hold that thought. I'll call you right back. Right back. Adna, Elas Franco, how are you doing? Things are getting really tight in this Gova season. Right now, I just don't know what to do. But Franklin, what are you doing? You're sitting on your money machine. With all them skills and ideas that you have, you can go further, faster. Awawi, go to the NDFD. They've got the best rates on business loans, not to mention affordable business support. They'll get your business registered and help you develop your business plan. They'll design your logo and train small business owners just like you. For real, I go down there now. All jokes aside, NDFD is helping people when others would not.
Celebrate life, celebrate
Yeah.
All right. And once again, we are kicking off our birthday week here at, of course, the Nature Isle Small Business Bus. Today is the birthday of yours truly. And of course, Thursday, we're going to celebrate, of course, Franklin's birthday, which is on the 13th, right, of the month. And because of that, Natasha, I hope you'll do this for us. We're gonna have a symbolic.
You see, I came prepared. I didn't know you was gonna do that. And Donnie, I just realized that we are related. We both have very round, graciously,
Uh-huh.
wonderfully endowed heads. So you didn't
Big
get me.
heads.
You didn't get me one that couldn't fit. You actually got me one that could.
Oh, all right.
And something told me you was going to do something, So I said, I know you didn't know that,
Uh,
but I bought you something. See, Franklin, you're missing
oh
out. So
my
Franklin, you're gonna
God.
have to come and think
And
because
it's not
I
really
brought you
fitting my head,
something.
It's too small.
But happy
All right.
birthday.
Oh, wow. Thank you very much. Do I need to make a wish?
Yes, you should make a wish. You should choose one and make a wish.
Okay, I have to choose one.
We want money, but make a wish.
Right. I'm also gonna wish on for Franklin,
Yes.
for the two of us. That's it. Good.
Happy birthday again, Donnie, and
Thank
Franklin
you.
in advance.
Thank you very much. Yes, yes. Uh-huh. All right. So before we continue celebrating, Natasha,
Yeah.
for those who are probably just there, over there, waiting for, the insights, right? Yeah, before we get too sidetracked, so
Yeah.
to speak. But let us talk about customer service, because I know you lead this amazing institution, and that is the Institute of Customer Service,
Yeah.
right? So, how is it so far? What?
So,
Yes.
so the Institute of Customer Service, I'm very proud to be one of the founding members of the
Mhm.
Institute of Customer Service. It basically is a nonprofit organization,
Yes.
and its work is really around advocacy around standards of customer service.
Mhm.
And we've always spoken about, what is the state of customer service like, and what is our ideas as it relates to service standards. And I think when I think about the Nature Island and what we stand for, I always remember when we visited Dominica for the first time. I actually left Dominica when I was the age of 2 and moved across to Trinidad and returned, I think, when I was 8 or 9. And I remembered when I came back, um, it was the hospitality was something that was just imprinted on me. I mean, when you went to people's houses, they would offer you a gato or a meat pie or some kind of cake. They would offer you some lime juice, or we call it squash. If what you say would say squash.
Mhm.
Or they would offer you some kind of, token of appreciation, and sort of you would always know when the visit had commenced, when the hosting and the hospitality had commenced, and when it was drawing to an end. And so I always think that Dominica is such a beautiful and unique place, and our people are so warm and friendly, but our art of service delivery and
Mhm.
how we engaged people have sort of changed, you know, over the years.
Okay.
And so the Institute is really just about encouraging standards of service delivery. I see you're really struggling with your but it's really about reminding persons about standards of service delivery. And so we have really mainly been about advocacy. We have had some events. So many of you would have heard of the Service Excellence Awards that we've done.
Yes. Yes.
We
Yes.
did not do
Definitely.
it this year because funding, like many things, can be a challenge. And
Ah,
we also
mhm.
was looking for partnership along those lines, but we still continue the advocacy arm, and that's just putting out information. And Outsource provides and also have always been a training partner for the
Mhm.
institute, so we implement the customer service trainings on behalf of the institute.
Yeah, but have you guys dissected as to like what's the reason behind such customer service level or delivery here in Dominica?
I don't know if dissect is the word that I would
Mm-hmm.
use to explain like where why our state of customer service is not always what we would want.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do know is that service has quality service has to be delivered by someone who understands and embrace the principles of value and quality.
Okay.
And so you cannot have you can if you go into an organization and you see and you receive and experience a quality service culture, you better believe that there is a quality management at the helm. You basically I wish they could see you and
That's right.
this is not working out.
No, not working out at all.
Clearly my head is bigger than yours.
Yes.
But okay. So basically only quality management,
Mm-hmm.
only individuals who understand and recognize and embrace the principles of quality can deliver quality service. So that
Mm.
means that the service professionals have to almost like ascend. They have to transform and embrace the principles of service. And service is really about an art,
So there must be some
some
kind of understanding
transformation and internal.
internal first,
Yes.
because just to tell you, I had this kind of like totally separate, duo of experience this weekend, right? So I think that was Saturday. I went to this clothing store in one of those little lanes somewhere in Roseau. I think they call it Fields Lane or something like that. And it's like when as I entered the store, it's like I felt the instead of like a welcoming atmosphere, it's like almost like an animosity. Like it seems like the person wasn't happy at all that
Came in.
I entered the store, and maybe I
Yeah.
distracted the person from what the person is doing, and
Mhm.
that kind of. So it's such a bad experience. So I ended up just walking
Working
out.
out.
Right
Yeah.
now, on the other hand, Sunday I went to watch a movie. Right, and then I left my. So I already home, and I left my phone in the cinema, right? So I tried to contact people, and then of course, big up to Erwin Lloyd, right? I think, and all the other staff of Emerald Movies, right? And he said, I messaged him and said, "Hey, bro, don't worry, we secured it,
It's safe.
it's safe.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Tomorrow we're just gonna coordinate." And
Yeah.
and true enough, in the morning I got a message from him saying anytime or around this time you can come and get your phone. And then I got the phone from a staff who's smiling,
Yeah.
and just really very just a pleasant experience.
Mm.
So you see this kind of like
Yeah.
divergent
And these are
yeah.
the things that why advocacy is important, because you want persons to recognize. When I will always talk about customer service, it's an interaction and it's a two-pronged approach.
Mhm.
So it's one thing to be an empowered and uh, service professional or high performance service professional, but it's also you need so basically sometimes you also need to think about how can I be a good customer as well. So sometimes um, how we approach service professionals, I call upon customers oftentimes to grace. Grace is a word that I always like to use. Sometimes service professionals, sometimes the time they get it wrong, and sometimes we have the opportunity to extend grace to them and to
Mhm.
say, I realize you're not really having a bad day, and I think you and me started off on the wrong foot. Okay, let's start again. And
Sorry about that.
Johnny, you're gonna have to give up. It's not working. It's really birthday celebrations going on. So yes, I was just saying that sometimes we as customers can also be influential in helping service professionals to understand
Mm.
what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. So when you walk out and you don't engage, sometimes they never have an opportunity to recognize that.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Mind you, they still have to go through that transformation to get to that point where they realize, okay, I may have offended that person. But I always, when I talk about customer service, I talk about it from both ends. So
Okay.
one, if you are a customer and you're going in, service with respect. Please be mindful that these persons have feelings and emotions, and they're not always going to be 100%
Mhm.
perfect. So some grace, and also as a service professional, to just recognize that sometimes it's just not personal. Customers they just want help. They genuinely did not wake up and say, I'm
Exactly.
going to go in today and annoy a
So
service
what about
professional.
the idea of, say for example, if you are the owner, right? And you know that you don't have that kind of patience,
Yeah.
and you know that,
Hmm.
what about the idea of getting someone to be more of the front
Yeah.
of the
It's a
house,
it's
right?
a really good idea,
Yeah,
and I always encourage persons. Sometimes as organizations, our budgets can maybe be the defining factor as to who goes where and who we place within our organizations. And I always often say, look at people's strengths. Some people just should not be like in an economy where there's so many young people looking for jobs. When I see service professionals who are doing like less than, I remind them that they're like 1,000 other competent persons just waiting there for your job. So, the first thing is to look for the people with the right skill sets that are open to being coachable and really being willing to, work to par and at standard.
definitely. That is an insight,
Yeah.
of course, from the expert herself when it comes to customer service. It's now 4:48 in the afternoon. You are still here, of course, on behalf of Franklin Peter Moses. Right, this is Donald, of course, here at the Nature Isle Small Business Bus. Of course, we want to recognize those who had already left comments. Of course, on our social media, we have Jane, Benjamin, right? And of course, we have 1972 Salt of the Earth.
Sorts of the
And of course, Erickson Lewis. So thank you so much. Salt said hospitality management is essential to customer or good customer service, right? How do you unpack that? Cost Hospitality management is essential to good customer service, right? And of course, that's from Salt. And before we go back to you, Natasha, as you started to enjoy,
Mm-hmm. It's
yes,
a
yeah,
birthday.
definitely.
There's always cake.
Of course, we would like to remind people in the north, Portsmouth, tomorrow, Wednesday, the 10th of December, the NDFD will be over there. So we're bringing the entire apparatus, so to speak, of the NDFD to Portsmouth tomorrow
Wow.
for our office to the people. Okay, let your business go, or going on the spot, right? So the NDFD office comes to you, right? Learn more about NDFD's green loan and other activities related to growing small businesses. And of course, you mentioned earlier the importance of record keeping, right?
Yeah.
Another subsidized service that we offer over at NDFD is organizing all of these, receipts, all of these invoices and records and everything, and organizing into something that's more understandable. And we're talking about financial statements.
Yeah.
So it's very important. I think it should be a practice for small business owners to always have their financial statements at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And when we say financial statements, of course, we
PNL, balance sheet,
definitely balance sheet, of course, cash flow
cash flow
statement,
statement,
because that's how you can really determine the health
the progress,
and progress of your
what's
business.
changing. Yeah.
Definitely. Right. All right. So those are two reminders, of course, from the NDFD. And we are still here with Natasha. Natasha, if anyone out there who would like to get in touch with you, any business owners or institution organization who would like to engage your services, how can they do that?
Okay, so we're on Facebook. Our name on Facebook is Outsource Development. So you can check us out on our Facebook page. We're also on LinkedIn as Outsource Development. We are on TikTok as Outsource Development.
Mhm.
You can also reach us at our office line. It's 225-8606. If you search us on Google, we'll come up, Outsource Development. Our office is located at number 2 Old Street. That is just after what previously used to be known as a mouse hole behind the Garaway Hotel. And we would be happy to take your inquiries for training. Perhaps you want to outsource something to us, legal processes, might I add, to us. So we are very accessible. We are on social media, and we also have our web page, which is being developed. So you might go on there and there might be a notice on there because we're changing pictures and stuff like that. But it's www.outsourcedevelopment.org.
And of course, hopefully next year we'll be able to see the comeback of the customer service awards, because
We
I
will
think that's one of
see.
one of the great events, man.
I believe
I've
so,
attended,
but
I think, two of them.
it's
Mhm.
also very expensive. It cost us in excess of 18,000 to
Mhm.
put it on, with the location, the food, the awards. So that's a big budget. That's a big budget.
So
That
we
outsource
need
has so
sponsors,
sponsors and
definitely.
all of
So
that. So we'll
so
see.
calling all
Yeah.
potential
and
sponsors
and
out
it's
there.
it's something that I'm hoping that the DAIC and the AIC
Mhm.
and Autos and the Institute have discussed the potential of they doing a uh, awards,
Mhm.
and so we'll see how that pans out. But for this year, unfortunately, we were not able to.
Oh,
I'm
that is
sorry.
actually sad. I was actually looking
He
forward
was
to it.
looking forward to. I know. But again,
Yes.
one of your clients spoke about hospitality management is essential. And when when
Mhm.
when I read that, I agree that management, and it has to be something that's strategic. When you think about customer service, it cannot just be like a training that you tick off the box like once every
Mhm.
3 years, or like a quick little thing you do. You call Natasha. Natasha, come and do like a 1.5 hours, 2 hour training. No, it has to be very strategic as part of your overall organizational plan. So just like you have a strategic plan that encompasses marketing, that would encompass HR related objectives, that you have objectives related to, for example, what SKUs you're going to release, or products you're going to release. Like
Mhm.
customer service has to be like a very strategic part of your overall strategic plan.
Mhm.
So when you think about how do you manage that, this person is right where I'm thinking that it has to be more than just about training. It's not a training event. It's not a training. It is a strategy. Because once it clicks for your staff, it's going to click for your customers. And once
Mhm.
it clicks for your customers, then ding, 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 and that's the song, the money jingling
And
in
when
your
it comes
pocket.
to training, Natasha and all of you out there, Natasha has to be one of the best out there. I think a real
Aww.
master trainer. And of course we have to big you up, Natasha, for being not just a trainer but a mentor to, I think, all batches, if I'm not mistaken, all batches of our Green Innovations Summit.
I think I've at least done three. I don't know how many you've
Yes,
had.
definitely.
Okay.
How's the experience? By the way.
I love the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to connect with persons who are coming up in business, because there's a lot of, like, when I started business, I took a lot of advice from a lot of people who meant well, but like never ran a business a day in their life. Like they don't know, because they're not out there hustling and grinding and trying to explain to your husband like, baby, I bought all these things, and he was like,
Mm-hmm.
girl, you mad? Like they don't have that experience. So sometimes when I have the opportunity to mentor and to tell persons like, you need to scale that very exotic business plan back like a whole lot. Like you don't need that fancy desk.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now in my office, there's a really fancy desk. It can go up, it can go down. It's in the corner. because that was an exotic Natasha thinking, I'm a CEO. I need an executive desk. So mentorship is important.
And talking about mentorship, last week we were visited by one of your mentees, Sakina.
Yay.
Of course, we have to big her up. She's one of the, I think she's part of the latest,
The last batch.
the last batch of green innovators,
Innovators.
right? I think her business
So
is,
passionate.
what's the name again of
But
the
Sakina, I know Sakina has
tropical
the
temple or
tropical
something?
temple.
Yes, yes.
And I mean, she's very ambitious young person that
Mhm.
whose desire it is to add value and to create. And I love creators, and big up to her. She is very creative and look out. She's building, she's planning, and she's
Mhm.
strategizing, and I love that about
Okay.
yeah.
Right. Natasha, right now we are in the last month of the year, right? So what can you advise our small business owners, in terms of what they need to do to kind of, close off the year? What are the most strategic things that they can probably do this month?
I mean, if you are selling a service, I think one of the most strategic things is to stay connected with your customers. People don't know until you tell them and show them and tell them again and again and again. Like, even with outsource, no matter how exotic we think our marketing is or how big our budget is, and we did have a very big budget in 2024 and 2025, there are lots of people who still don't know about outsource. So I would say to persons, do not be afraid to beat the pavement. Like, I still have a pavement day in my business, and that's
Mhm.
Friday, where I go like physically. Johnny, you might think I'm just coming to talk to you sometimes when I pass through at NDFD. No, it's to remind you that I'm still relevant. Like, I am a master trainer. I am the best thing that the market has to offer. And to keep myself relevant, to keep my relationships well oiled.
Mhm.
And a lot of times, as an entrepreneur, you can become very busy in the day to day, but like, you need to go out and go and tell people and email people and tell them again and again. Like, I mean, sometimes it's difficult to keep thinking about how you're going to manage being fresh and being, but just visible. So go out and beat the pavement. Don't be afraid to tell people what you have to sell.
But then, a lot of people are like that. Like, even here, a lot of young entrepreneurs, here in the program, we had a number of entrepreneurs whom we invited, but they just had to beg off because they said that, they just cannot do it. They cannot be on the radio. So what can you tell them?
They cannot be on the radio because they're afraid, or you got the sense that they had to ask permission for someone. Because there are times like
Mhm.
that when you're still on your 9 to 5 and like your business is behind.
Well, a lot of them, they said they're afraid. They have of that
Ah,
fear of speaking, public speaking, or something like that.
I can understand that fear, because even as a master trainer, sometimes when I look back at myself, I don't like maybe the way that I've used my filler words. Maybe I'm saying too much us or too much
Mhm.
which is a fact. And yes, I might feel embarrassed about it, but the point is, someone out there, there's one person out there that knows now about outsourced development, that there's a BPO specialist in Dominica. There is this firebomb young woman who wants to come and speak to your people, who wants to help you with your processes. And at least that one person, who's to say,
You'll never know.
they might be my 10th person to pay me $8,000. I don't know. So I would say to them, don't be too afraid. Like, being afraid is a good thing. Like, that, I, after
It's natural,
over 15 years in business, I can tell you, I'm still afraid of my dreams, that my dreams still give me heart.
definitely. But you
So,
just have to do it.
you just have to do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Okay. As we wrap up, of course, this program, Natasha, I just would like to ask you, what's the big dream for Natasha and outsource development?
I am, I'm not going to say my age, but I am at the time, I'm at the point in my life where I'm thinking about generational wealth,
Wealth, yes.
generational strategies. I don't think of my children as the upcoming generation, the next generation. Mm-mm. They are the rising generation. They're not no next. Next, next is when you're singing with your girlfriends and you're saying, boy, next. No, my children are rising. And so my focus right now is to create, when I look at how the shifts in the market and the shifts in entrepreneurship and the shifts, like there are hundreds and thousands of jobs that AI will make redundant. So my job right now is to empower the rising generation, and I want to be able to create an outsource that will last so that they have something that is relevant. So that's my focus right now, creating generational wealth for the rising generation.
And what do you expect for the coming year?
2026, the year is called the year of ascension. And ascension means being at peace with, there are things that will happen that you haven't planned for, that you haven't foreseen. That's okay. It's part of your existence. So ascension is about finding your peace, understanding your spirituality, understanding that everybody is entitled to their opinion, everybody have their own path, and becoming zero focused on your path, not being distracted by no get rich quick scheme distractions, because there's when you're in business budget, it always have a circle, a partner, an investment or something. You say, I'm waiting budget, I soon sell online. But there's lots of things that come to you just to take your money, steal, kill, and destroy. So this 2026, my wish for all of you out there listening to me is that you ascend to understand your purpose and you become zero eagle focus. You want an eagle see a worm or a bird or something and it want it focusing on it and it going for it. And most times it gets it. That's what I want you to do. Just stay. My brother, my sisters, just stay focused and keep going.
Powerful, powerful message, right, DJ Sean? Ozone Media, sorry, Owen, of course, is here, right? Owen Vidal of Ozone Media and DJ Sean. Thank you very much, Philbert, Patrice, for your greeting, right? And it's now 5 o'clock already. Imagine that,
Wow.
that 1 hour just
I know that was a quick happy
a
birthday,
quick one, right?
birthday one. Oh,
And of course, that brings us to the end of another powerful edition of the Nature Isle Small Business Boss.
but-
I suspect you have to come back, Natasha,
oh,
especially when Franklin comes back.
oh my
I
goodness!
think we have to
Me,
invite you back.
Franklin, and yourself. I don't know. I
It's gonna
really
be
don't know. It would be too much for you. But
yeah. So once again, a big
Thank
thank you,
you.
of course, to our guest today, Natasha Yiloy Labad or Labad.
yes, you got it right. My husband would be proud of
Yeah,
you.
definitely. Big up, of course, to my partner, right?
Yes, the one and only,
Oh, by the
the
way, you want to big up
uncomparable.
some people, of course. Your staff.
Of course, yes. Beginning of the outsource team, Dr. Favor Anthony and Miss Ronisha Abraham, and the one and only the powerhouse behind the powerhouse, the one and only Daddy T, Mr. Tyron Labad. Just saying happy today's Tuesday, happy Tuesday to you, and thanking you all for your support, and of course my family, my parents who are so, oh my god, so supportive, my in-laws so supportive, and all my friends and family who just continue to support me and be
Definitely.
there for me. Thank
And
you.
big up as well to NDFD, of course.
Yes.
Q95, right? And once again, thank you for sharing such practical, actionable insights
Thank you.
on strengthening business operations,
Thank
customer
you.
service, and so many others. And if you are a small business owner, Sean, and you've been struggling with structure, consistency, and of course customer service, today's conversation gave you, in my opinion, some kind of a roadmap to start making real improvements, right? And of course, we also want to thank everybody for tuning in and for the warm birthday wishes for me and of course for Franklin, right? We miss him, FM. I know you're out there relaxing, so yes, well deserved, and of course, we appreciate everybody. Remember, every small step you take to improve your business systems brings you closer to the growth and stability you are dreaming of. So our advice, of course, everybody here at Q95 is for you to keep learning, keep building, and keep moving your business forward. Okay, so hope to see you this Thursday for another edition of, small. Can we see it all together? Another edition of
Small
Small
business
Business
buzz.
Buzz. Stay tuned for the news.